You know, think about the last time you got really frustrated with your work phone. Was it chained to your desk? Were those international calls just a total headache? Well, you are not alone. Right now, business communication is going through this massive revolution, ditching the old, tangled phone lines for the power of the internet. So let's explore what that really means for you. So, just how big is this shift? Well, take a look at this number. Last year alone, a staggering 40% of all businesses made the switch to a technology called VoIP. Now, this isn't just some small trend. It's a tidal wave that's completely changing how business gets done. And that number, it just brings up the big question, right? Why? What is driving this huge migration away from the phones we've used forever? Let's dig in and find out what all the buzz is about. Okay, first things first. Before we get into the why, let's pull back the curtain on the technology itself. Now, it might sound super complex, but I promise the core idea is actually brilliantly simple. So, what on earth is VoIP? Well, it stands for Voice over Internet Protocol. But in plain English, it's just a way to make phone calls using the internet connection you already have. You get to completely bypass the old, clunky telephone companies and all their dedicated copper wires. So how does this magic trick actually work? It's pretty cool. When you speak into the phone, your voice is instantly chopped up into these tiny digital packets. Think of them like digital postcards. These little postcards then zip across the internet in a flash. And on the other end, they're perfectly reassembled so the person you're talking to hears your voice crystal clear. Okay, so the tech is clever, for sure. But the real story, the reason everyone's switching, is in the why. This simple process unlocks some absolutely incredible, game-changing benefits for pretty much any business. I mean, just think about the old landline system for a second. It's rigid, right? It's literally tied to a wall. It's expensive for long-distance calls, and adding a new line is a total pain. Well, VoIP is the complete opposite. It's global, it's mobile, and it's unbelievably flexible. And really, all these advantages boil down to four main pillars. We're talking about massive cost savings, incredible flexibility, effortless scalability, and a whole suite of powerful enhanced features. Let's break each one down. All right, let's start with the one everybody loves, saving money. And look, the difference here isn't small. On average, a VoIP bill is dramatically lower than a traditional phone bill. I mean, we're talking significant savings that you will feel on your bottom line almost immediately. So where do these savings actually come from? Well, it's a mix of things. You've got lower monthly fees, international calls that don't cost an arm and a leg, and you get to say goodbye to all those hidden charges and expensive installation costs that always seem to pop up with the old systems. Next up is flexibility. And this is huge, because in today's world, work isn't just one place anymore, is it? Your team might be remote or hybrid or always on the move. Your communication tools have to keep up with that reality. And this is exactly what VoIP delivers. You can answer your work number from your laptop at home, on your smartphone at a cafe, or from a desk phone if you're in the office. It basically unifies all your communication, your voice, your video, your messaging, into one single platform that goes wherever you go. This brings us right to our third pillar, scalability. Now, if your business is growing, this is a really big deal. The absolute last thing you want is for your own success to be held back by your phone system. And this is where VoIP just shines. Need to add a new employee? You can add a new line with just a few clicks in a software dashboard. No more waiting around for a technician. And as your needs change, you can add or remove features just as easily. It's a system that's truly built for growth, not to hold you back. You know, all of this leads us to our fourth and final pillar, which is all about taking your communication to the next level. We've moved way beyond just making and taking calls. We're really talking about creating a modern communication hub. I mean, modern VoIP systems come tacked with features that used to cost a fortune. You can record calls for training purposes, get your voicemails sent as audio files straight to your email, and even set up an automated assistant to help direct callers. It really becomes the central hub for every single one of your interactions. Okay, so the benefits are pretty clear, right? But how do you actually make this switch happen? Let's walk through a simple, practical roadmap to get you started on the right foot. Honestly, the whole process breaks down into these 5 common sense steps. First, you find a provider you really trust. Then, and this is important, you make sure your internet is up to the task. After that, you'll pick your phones or software, do a little bit of network configuration, which is basically just telling your network to prioritize voice calls so they're always crystal clear. And finally, you test everything before you go live. See? it's probably more straightforward than you think. Now, let's be real for a second. No technology is absolutely perfect. But the key thing to know is that for every potential hiccup with VoIP, there's a pretty straightforward solution. Worried about call quality? That's almost always about your internet speed. Power outages? A simple backup battery keeps you online. And for emergency calls, you just need to confirm how your specific provider handles them. It really is all about being prepared. And look, if you take away just one practical thing from all this, let it be this. Your VoIP system is only as good as the internet connection it runs on. A stable, high-quality connection, that's the foundation for everything else. So, to wrap things up, let's look ahead for a minute. Because making a technology switch isn't just about solving today's problems. It's about setting yourself up for tomorrow. And this is what's so exciting. VoIP isn't just standing still. We're seeing constant improvements in security, and right around the corner is AI integration that's going to make our interactions even smarter. This isn't just an upgrade, it's a platform for future innovation. Ultimately, moving to VoIP isn't just about getting a new phone system. It's about fundamentally modernizing how you connect, how you collaborate, and how you communicate. It's about setting your business up for the future of work. And really, that just leaves us with one final question to think about. Take a hard look at your current setup, your current limitations, and just ask yourself, is my phone system truly built for what's next?